back. It is Friday the 16th. Friday the 16th. So I hope you guys are good, man. What is up? What is up, Internet? What's up, Dave Stites, Arnie Olvera, Gamboa, the Sensational. Can't see all your names. It only says, give me a couple. Max Bain. What's up? Happy to see y'all. Everybody on Instagram. What's up, Dave Stites? How you doing today, man? Lyrically Indigenous. What's up, Johan? Isn't that your name? Johan? Maybe I have it wrong. Arnie Oliveira. Where you at, guys? I'm in Denver. It is Friday, man. Busting my ass. We got 8 people popping on. Right now, we got 7 on Instagram, 8 on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. We are just getting started. Hope you guys are good, man. I want to talk today about mentors. What's up, Cocktails and Cross Faces? Ooh, that's a good name. I like that name. Oh, Orlando. Sweet, dude. Sweet. Love Orlando. I'm there all the time. Yeah, what's going on, people? It's Friday. You guys got any cool plans for the weekend? I'm here watching my kids because my wife is in Utah. We have all kinds of different ventures. She's big into doTERRA. I don't know. Have you ever heard of that? They got their big convention. It's huge, man. She sent me some video and saw some of the stuff on, Instagram stories or whatever. Huge. Dave Stites says, I practice Eric Paulson's CSW curriculum. Awesome. What should I do to make my practice broader? Listen, okay, I can't speak to that. I'm so narrow. My expertise is catch wrestling. So I'm much more focused and like down the thing with catch as catch can. Eric's more broad. He has like a little bit of catch, some jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, like the STX. I don't know his whole deal. I mean, so I couldn't even really tell you. All I could tell you is like you're in good hands, especially if you're kind of like one of these Jeet Kune Do dudes that wants to learn a lot of stuff. Eric's got this breadth of knowledge that's insane. So let's see what's going on. Milky Ashy, you broke both toes. Dude, how'd you do that, man? Kicking something? Kicking somebody? Dave Stites, I'm making a chicken and fixing a door. How do you, okay, like, can I give you a suggestion? Just do one thing at a time. Because otherwise you're going to have a fucked up door and chicken that doesn't have the right taste to it, man. Just one thing at a time. What's up, Big Wall Daddy, Mark's Spots? Kaylin, what's up? Oh, Cocktails and Crossface representing Black Flag, our affiliate down in freaking Arizona, dude. Who the hell are you? I can't, some of these names, I don't know who you guys are. Dave Stites 1, catch wrestling is awesome. I love it. Me too, dude. Argue I love it more. Just teasing. It's not a contest. There's enough catch wrestling to go around for the whole world. Man, catch wrestling is amazing, though. Dude, I had no idea what the fuck I was getting into, but I got bit hard by the bug, dude. I am like so committed to this project. Okay, so who out there besides Lyrically Indigenous knows my mission? The mission of scientific wrestling. 20 years, man. 20 years. Do you guys see my post today? People have been digging. I'm going to read it to you. I want to talk about mentors. Who's your mentors? So, Dave, if you are in CSW, I'm guessing Eric Paulson is one of your mentors. You guys got to have a lot of mentors, dude. Not a lot, but, you want a couple. And again, it's like your chicken in your door issue. Like, you don't want too many because you want to be able to focus on it. Terrell, what's up, dude? See you in October at camp, bro. Everybody, get over to coachingcatch.com. You're going to be mentored in catch wrestling by the very best, dude. Like, let's talk about mentors. I'm very lucky. I went on my Facebook, posted this YouTube clip of Jerry Briscoe and Ken Shamrock talking. Who are they talking with? I can't remember. But they who was leading that? It was with Bradshaw from WWE, and they were talking about Carl Gotch and Billy Robinson stuff. I'll tell you, man, I have to pinch myself when I realize that I was that those guys were my actual personal mentors, not just like reading their stuff. And it's okay to have mentors that you just read or watch their videos or stuff like that. That works, okay? But I mean, I had like feedback, could talk to them, ask questions. They tell me no this or yes that. Brilliant, dude. Mentors, okay, let me tell you something. The education system is fucked up, dude. It is broken. Oh, wait. Everybody's blowing up my feeds here. Hold on. I can't keep up with y'all. David Stite says, absolutely, Eric, yes. And Dan Innesona. See, I knew you were a Jeet Kune Do guy. Milky Ashy, Catch has been helping my MMA game. That's where Catch is going to be money for you, dude, for all you guys, MMA. So much. Hopefully I can recover soon and get to a camp. Do it, bro. Do it. Right now we're running a fight camp for our Denver affiliate. Me and my assistant coach, John Fabricatori, who just retired after like a career law enforcement deal at like the federal level. He's a real fascinating dude. Been a close friend of mine for years. Probably the first guy that I coached to get into cradles and really applying cradles once I started seeing the writing on the wall back in round two. I think because he is actually at our first coaching catch certification as well with Dick Cardinal. You guys don't know this, but it existed before Billy. I came up with it even before Billy. And then Billy came in and really helped me with the curriculum a lot. Let's go. Wait, we got another comment here. Juan Carranza, do you know camps in Tampa, Florida? You're trying to, okay. So, no, I don't. Normally we do our camp in Orlando. I wouldn't mind getting down to Miami. If you guys know any Miami people, hit me up in the DMs. I wouldn't mind setting up a training camp in Miami. We aren't doing anything in Tampa, but we have a badass Tampa wrestler. Well, he's Canadian, but he lives in Tampa. That is part of our coaching program. He's a full coach with Scientific Wrestling, Harry Smith. So he's in Tampa. Send me some messages or DM me or something, and I'll try to connect you with him. Let's see here. What else is going on? I'm trying to figure this crap out. Give me a break. All right. So we've got, oh, hey, what's up? Greetings from Tacoma, Stan Washington. Good to see you. This is the second time you chimed in. What's your real name? Sorry, I can't tell from what it's showing on the screen. But what Milky Ashy was saying in the meantime, this is, okay, to me, okay, I'm going to read this because this is totally relevant. Let me read this to you. I posted this today. Okay, because somebody posted this video on YouTube called The Evolution of Wrestling in Abu Dhabi and No-Gi Grappling. Okay, here, this is, can you see that? Can you see that? It's backwards for you guys. It's better for you guys. Can you see that? That's on YouTube. The Evolution of Wrestling in No-Gi Jiu-Jitsu. Stan Washington says, my name is Nabiyah. What's up, Nabiyah? I'm totally probably butchering that, but all my intentions are good. I'm hoping I got it right. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to read what I wrote after watching this video. I'm not pissed. I'm just tired. Okay, I'm going to read you what I wrote. I said, look, I have been screaming into an abyss of ignorance for more than 20 years about this very subject. While I'm thrilled to finally see cracks in the facade, please understand that Scientific Wrestling has consistently brought the undisputed best in wrestling to grappling for those with even a modicum of grappling literacy for 2 decades now. Fact, those who don't study the past are doomed to have to reinvent the wheel. That's really the gist I was getting after watching this video. Wrestling has dominated since the dawn of history, and it seems that the grappling literacy mean, there's something called mean reversion in statistics, which is basically like things tend towards the average. And what is normal is wrestling to dominate. And I said, it seems that the grappling literacy mean is reverting back to wrestling again. Catch as catch can is the single most influential and impactful martial arts / combat sport ever. Here's some grappling literacy for you. Olympic freestyle wrestling came from it. Used to be called amateur catch as catch can. Collegiate and high school folk style is a derivative. Brazilian jiu-jitsu would not exist without Maeda developing his techniques in direct response to his experiences competing on the catch as catch can wrestling circuit. WWE, AEW, New Japan, in fact, all of sports entertainment, pro wrestling would not exist without Catch as Catch Can either. Neither would the UFC, ONE, Bellator, or mixed martial arts in general. Facts. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you actually study this shit, I will fight me. I'll win. I'm okay. I go on. I don't mean to get distracted here. Even the founder of Krav Maga, Emi Lichtenfeld, was a wrestler first, and his father was a carnival catch wrestler too. And then I say, study Catch as Catch Can. Study scientific wrestling. We've been ignoring 0% of the body since the 1870s. And then I finish, scientific wrestling is the number one undisputed number one in catch wrestling since 2003. Yeah, 20 years, dude. It's nuts. So cocktails and crossfaces. My grappling mentors are Gil, John, and you. Well, here we are, bro. Glad to see you. Thanks for piping in. Dave Stites. Oh, dude, we've been running that gotch deck of cards in my gym, and it's badass. Big props to Carl. That's actually what Ken Shamrock was talking about on that YouTube with Jerry Briscoe. Let me see if I can. Yeah, here. This is the one I'm talking about. It's backward for you guys. You guys on YouTube and Facebook can see it the right way. They talked about that the Gotch Bible, man. I did it under Carl's eye. I did it on an empty stomach, smoking a cigar, and drinking Japanese plum wine. Rough, dude. It was rough. Let's see. Arnie Oliveira, damn, gotta run. Catch you later. All right, bro. Good pun. Big Wall Daddy. Is that comment on the video? I don't see it. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Now I got to go back here. So one, send some after I do some pro wrestling as well. Wouldn't mind checking out Shoot Pro Wrestling. Yeah, go on YouTube, dude. I put them up for free, dude. I don't know what you want. You just got to put in the time. And I got world champions. Now, that said, I'm ready to do Shoot Pro 4. Okay. Send me some sponsors. Like, let's do this. Do you guys, I'm happy to explain business because I'm as much of a business nerd as I am a catch wrestling nerd, maybe even bigger. I mean, I have my master's degree in financial math. I want to talk about mentors and learning too, and education processes because that's important, I believe. But I need sponsors, dude. Send people, anybody that's on this mission with me. What is my mission? Anybody? Who knows the mission? Scientific wrestling. I'm always asking this because I need you to help me. Jarrell says, I'm trying to get out to Arizona to compete. It's hard on the East Coast. I know, dude. Like, so Gil has been great. He has really taken the great thing about the affiliate program. And that's part of that is the promoter's license to run King of Catch tournaments. This is the only tournament rule set co-developed by Carl Gotch for Catch as Catch Can Wrestling. Okay. Proven, documented, no bullshit like a lot of other people. Facts, motherfuckers, verifiable. Okay, I'm sick of this shit. Anyway, yeah, dude, let's get an affiliate out there on the East Coast. Make it. I need your help, guys. What's my mission? Who knows the mission? What's up, Thomas Lamont? New NJT Top Value Homes. What are you, a realtor? New Jersey Top Value Homes, I'm guessing. Luis Alvarez, CH Powell, Roberto de Assis, Dr. Peaches. What is up? Juan says, wrestling is foundation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say, sir. And I'm sorry, Nabaya says affiliate program. Yeah, you can go to Scientific Wrestler. Let me throw that up for you. Scientific Wrestler for you guys on Instagram. I can't put a screen burn up, but for you guys, that one, go to scientificwrestler.com. That is the way for me to help you make money. Okay. It is a way for you to help me on my mission. Nobody's chiming up on the mission. I guess I might have to throw it out there. The only person, Lyrically Indigenous got it. A couple people came close, but Lyrically Indigenous actually got it last time. I gave him a free lifetime membership to scientificwrestling.com. It's a good deal, dude. It's a good deal. So here's the mission. The mission of Scientific Wrestling is to get every man, woman, and child on earth improving their lives through the sport of Catch as Catch Can Wrestling, through Scientific Wrestling, as either a fan, athlete, coach, promoter, or some combination of all of the above. That's the mission. Every man, woman, and child. That's 8 billion people, dude. Right? That's a lot. I don't know. It's a lot. So let's talk about mentors, okay? Again, I've had a couple great mentors, personal mentors. Billy Robinson, Carl Gotch, Dick Cardinal. These are guys in grappling, in catch as catch can. Okay, fantastic mentors. Absolutely amazing. And I've had a few in finance and business. So, of course, my master's degree in financial math. All the places I've worked were mentor places. Grant Cardone, huge mentor of mine. I'm one of 55 people as of this broadcast certified by Grant. I'm in the first class ever certified by Grant to teach his materials that doesn't work for him. So pretty excited about that. Kaylin says, what British wrestler did Billy and Carl talk about? We did have Big Daddy. What British? Both of them, I'll tell you about their mentors. So, of course, Billy Riley. Now, Billy Riley was really Billy Robinson's mentor. And Billy Robinson's idol was Billy Joyce. Okay. His real name was Bob Robinson. No relation. His stage name was Billy Joyce. Okay. And now he's Billy's idol. And he was at the same gym and taught him a lot of stuff. But Billy Riley was his mentor. Okay. Carl, on the other hand, was not so warmly received at Wigan, okay? And maybe that's why I called it a snake pit, because everybody was backbiting. I don't know. But, Carl was a tough dude. Very, very, very. He moved like a lightweight at heavyweight. This is a guy who could do Olympic rings, and he's a big dude. He could squat just like 10 pounds under the world record. He's a phenomenal athlete, high level. They talk about this in that thing with Ken Shamrock. You see Ken Shamrock, chiseled like a Greek god, right? Like just amazing. Jerry Briscoe, national champion in wrestling. And they're baffled by what a freak of nature Carl was. At 60, Ken is talking about how he did all the squats. This is what I try to do. I do this with all my athletes. I do the squats with them because I'm 50 and I got one carotid artery. And if I can fucking do it, you can do it. And I did it in front of Carl, which was brutal. But Ken, in that video, you got to look it up. He's talking about how, at 60 years old, Carl's doing over 1,000 squats, and none of the young guys could keep up with him. It's pretty fucking sick. So, and Carl was an Olympian before even going to Wigan. Belgium national champion, freestyle and Greco-Roman. He's a stud, dude. But he didn't understand submission. So if you've ever wrestled a good wrestler who doesn't know submission, you can get one over him. And that's what happened to Wigan. And he stayed there for 10 years. He stayed there for 10 years, dude. That's a long time to study. And, Billy told me they used to have a nickname for him called Chesty, because he'd always walk around real proud and stuff. And that's just how Carl was. Okay. And, but it wasn't Billy Riley or Billy Joyce / Bob Robinson. They took him under his wing. It was actually Billy Joyce's brother, a guy who had been crippled in a coal mining accident. Something happened where his leg was crushed. You can go to carlgotch.com. You can hear these conversations I had with him. I probably have 10 hours of those talks put up. And I talked to him 3 times a week for 4 years, 3 or 4 years, 3 years, 3.5 years, probably. Anyway, Joe, who he called Joe Robbie, which was short for Joe Robinson, Billy Joyce's brother, Bob Robinson, AKA his brother, was at Wigan all the time, crippled, but still understood because he was a wrestler, but he got his leg fucked up. And so he taught Carl all the stuff he learned from Wigan. And now here's the thing. Carl left, and he got under the tutelage of Al Haft, who, by the way, went by Young Gotch, which is what influenced him to get the name Carl Gotch. His real name was Carl Istaz, if you'd want to look him up on the Olympic records and stuff like that. Hungarian, Istaz, Istaz. And I think he spelled his first name either with a C or K. I see it different ways. Carel, Carl Estaz. But he took, after he came originally to the States, and was Karl Krauser, and they had this weird German gimmick, this kind of Nazi thing, and to make him a bad guy. But he was so talented. And so Al Haft, in my opinion, I never asked him this because I didn't know this until after he had passed away. I would have asked him that he was probably influenced to take the name Gotch after Al Haft, who used the name Young Gotch. Anyway, Carl then went to the United States, and in Ohio, he hooked up with a guy named Frank Wolf. And he told me that he really considered Frank Wolf his mentor. That while he learned a lot at Wigan, he was there for 10 years, so it's hard to deny that he actually considered himself an American catch wrestler after he got to America and learned from Frank Wolf. Now, you have to remember, this is after the benefit of Olympic level freestyle and Greco-Roman, like national champion level freestyle and Greco-Roman. Then he went 10 years with Billy Riley's gym and Joe Robbie, and then put some finishing touches with Frank Wolf. Those were Carl's mentors. Billy's mentors were primarily Billy Robinson, Billy Joyce, and the other cast of characters. You can read all about Billy's stuff in Physical Chess, the book that I ghost wrote with Billy. Anyway, who are your mentors? Right? And your mentors don't need to be like how they were with me personal. Like Grant Cardone. We've talked, I ask him questions, and like he's flicked my ear and gives me a hard time, teasing me sometimes, but we're not close like I was with Billy or Carl, right? But I still learn from him. Thank goodness he has all this material that I can still learn from. And then when I do have a chance to talk with him, I can get clarification, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, what's up, dude? 10X, bro. Household name 152. Thanks, buddy. Where you at? Hit me up. So anyway, I want to go into this idea of mentorship and the way that our education system works, right? GTRZ.mm. I don't know how to say your username. Sorry. Do you know anything about Carlson Gracie lineage getting involved with Luta Livre? Carlson Jr. was a Greco-Roman wrestler. Saw him training Luta. I don't know. I mean, I know that there's some real shady shit that happened between the Luta guys, which are basically the Brazilian catch wrestlers, and some real like bullshit behavior on the behalf of some of the Gracie family, like with them. We're talking over 100 years ago or something, but like just shady, dude, just like criminal, like not cool. Anyway, that's all I know. There's some good YouTube stuff about that, but I don't know. A household name says BJJ and Luta was an ugly rivalry in Brazil. I know, and they tried to make that shit happen here. I don't see it personally. I don't see it. That's why that video I told you, I'm like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not, I mean, it's a response to catch wrestling. That's what it is. And there's the takedowns, like they're missing a lot of control positions. You see other people like outside improving. So you see like Eddie Bravo using the truck, which I have pictures going back to 100 years of people doing the truck, called a side ride in Catch as Catch Can. But he's at least expanding the repertoire and adding new things. And now, of course, all this stuff with Danaher and whatnot, which is, I mean, to the credit of, coming up under Henzo. I mean, he has that picture of Sakuraba on as well. And I'm sure that did have some influence. And I've seen a lot of, I know Danaher is like a super nerd for this stuff. Supposedly that's all he does is study this. So there's no way he has not looked at the Billy Robinson material. I hear a lot of things come out that he says. I don't have a smoking gun, but it'd be nice, especially since he's supposed to be like an academic level philosopher to actually properly credit sources, but it is what it is, man. I mean, it's martial arts. But anyway, I want to talk about etymology. I always bring this up because I think there's a lot of power in understanding the etymology of a word, which is different than the definition, because definitions can change, especially in terms of, like, if you look at George Orwell and 1984, they talk about newspeak and all this, and it can be manipulated for political purposes, and meanings change organically anyway. So etymology shows you the history of the meaning of the word. I honestly think that was probably the biggest thing I got out of my undergraduate English degree was learning about etymology, right? So here we go. I'm going to tell you the etymology of the word mentor. Mentor, noun, a wise advisor, intimate friend who is also a sage counselor. Wow, that's fancy. Especially one who is, especially of one who is young or inexperienced. This is that the first citing of that was in the year 1750. But from the Greek word mentor, who was a friend of Odysseus, right? The Odyssey, the Greek Odyssey, an advisor of Telemachus. Anyway, in the Odyssey. The name perhaps ultimately means advisor because informant is an agent noun of mentos, not the candy, the breath freshener, the fresh maker. Mentos, the noun, intent, purpose, spirit, passion. From the Sanskrit word mantar, one who thinks, and the Latin monitor, one who admonishes. Interesting. Fascinating stuff. But I want to make an argument here that mentorship is much better than the school model that has been pushed in the United States and elsewhere for at least the last 100 years. Because I don't think they actually want you to learn. Well, let me change that. They do want you to learn in public school. But what they want you to learn is how to shut up, sit down, and do what you're told, like a robot. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the deal. It seems like it. If you've studied any John Taylor Gatto or looked at, the history of American education, it wasn't really designed to make people independent thinkers, creative. It was to make workers basically that are slaves, like a robot. Just do what you're told. And we see what that's done with, like, lockdowns. People are just dumb out of their minds. They can't fucking reason outside of out of a wet paper bag if they tried. Anyway, people are blowing me up here. So, ninth paladin of Mars, being a Razak Ghul. I mean, I don't know what you're fucking talking about there, Mason. I don't even understand what you're talking about. L. Perfect Perkins, really never had a mentor. Well, here's the thing. I don't think that your mentors, especially in the information age, that they have to be like in person. You could read a book. This is the cool thing about fucking books. You could be the mentee. You could be mentored by Ludwig Wittgenstein. You could be mentored by Robert Oppenheimer. You could be mentored by Jesus if he actually existed. I don't know. You could be mentored by Buddha. You could be mentored by Mohammed. You could be mentored by fucking Joseph Smith or L. Ron Hubbard or any of these people. And they're all dead. That's the beauty, the power of a book, right? Mind-blowing. Now, the problem is it's a one-way information transfer because we haven't figured out how to time travel yet or to send information back in an efficient way to ping these guys' brain back in time. So the information is kind of only what they thought was relevant given their context of reality. But it's still fucking huge. I mean, reality's reality. It hasn't changed that much. Technology's changed, right? Kalen. I have to say Frank Shamrock, as he's the reason I got involved in MMA in general. Frank Shamrock is a mentor of mine, personal mentor. If you get his best-selling book, MMA for Dummies, he even lists me in there as a source because I went and studied under him his methods, what he used to call SSF, Shamrock submission fighting. So stay tuned. Yeah, dude, Frank. By the way, it's an injustice what happened to Frank, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying this just because he's a mentor of mine, but definitely that's a big part of it. Frank Shamrock was without a doubt the most dominant MMA athlete in the 1990s, the entire decade. In fact, he was voted as such. He was like a 4-time. He retired that UFC middleweight belt. He was like fucking him out. Dude, this guy, he's the guy who oversaw the transition from the old bullshit tough man competition to the modern fucking badass MMA athlete. Like, it's a shame. It is. That whatever the fucking politics are, I'm not involved. I don't know what happened for sure, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a shame. That guy was the fucking bomb for a long time. He held I was actually just talking to him. Let me read a little thing because I was trying to he and I are working together on a little project that will soon be revealed. Soon, very soon, hopefully. Let me find this. Because I was going over his record because I wanted to be accurate. And here's what I wrote for him. I said, Frank, the Legend Shamrock is an American. I took some of this from his website. Frank, the Legend Shamrock is an amateur mixed martial artist, retired, an entrepreneur. Like, you guys don't know about all this other stuff Frank does. He's fucking amazing, especially to overcome the fucking shithole that he had to crawl out of. I mean, anyway, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and philanthropist. Shamrock was the first to hold the UFC middleweight championship, retired as the 4-time defending champion, undefeated, and the number 1 ranked UFC fighter in the world during his reign. He was named Fighter of the Decade for the 90s, held the world record for the fastest knockout, 14 seconds. And then when I said that to him, he goes, held the record for the fastest submission. Also, the only athlete in the history of recorded sports to win back-to-back world championships in less than a minute. Dude. Okay, do you see why I'm so fucking proud? I am proud of my mentors. That's what I did, dude. Me, got in a fucking plane, saved up the money, made it happen. Studied. I've said this on the show before. My superpower is learning. Like, if you take the Clifton Strengths test assessment, my superpower is fucking learning. I'm a good learner. Even Billy noticed this before I ever took he said, Jake is a great learner and all that. Like, so I'm the one who documented, synthesized, integrated all this stuff because I went there. I had the fucking collapsed carotid artery. I mean, dude, I'm just telling you, man. Like, I am so proud of my mentors, and I'm proud of fucking me, dude. I'm proud of me for doing it. And I want to be proud of you, but you got to fucking stop with the excuses, man. The thing about mentors, this is what I want to say. The public school system is bullshit, okay? Because I also coach business, and this is what I say to people all the time. Okay, so you wonder why 50% of businesses fail within the first 5 years, and 90% fail within 10 years. When people are learning about business, not from business people, they're going to college for this shit, learning from a fucking professor who never made more than $75,000 a year, never ran a business, and is just fucking flipping through fucking textbooks. I mean, what do you expect? Right? Sorry, I get pissed off about this shit. You have to get out there. And the thing is mentorship is the best thing. This is why I believe the best system is one that lasted forever. And it was like the medieval guild system, the apprentice system. Right? That's like, dude, that shit worked. In my opinion, because you worked. I mean, that's what they still do in the trades, at least here in America. You gotta have an apprenticeship. You apprentice with somebody. But that was the medieval guilds, dude. That's how that shit worked. Before you become, like, let's look at Freemasonry, because those are metaphorical, but that they're from the real thing. It's like what pro wrestling was to catch. Freemasonry is to real Masons, and they had to be an apprentice be a fellow, and then become a master. And that typically took 7 years. And what's weird is that's the exact amount of time I spent with Billy alone. Spent 3.5 with Carl, half the time with Carl. And spent about the same amount of time as I did with Carl with Dick Cardinal. Okay. And that was after I had already been in the grappling scene. I'd started serious grappling in 94. I didn't start hooking up with those guys till 2003. I'd already been in it 10 years. That's how you learn. That's how you become an expert. You got to get off your ass. You got to want it more than you got to listen to your fucking drive and your goals more than you listen to your excuses, whether in your head or your mom and dad or your wife or your sister or your brother or your best buddy or whatever. Got to get her going. I'm proud of my mentors, proud of me. I'm proud of you. Thank you. Yeah, you should be, man. You should be proud of you. And you should be proud of your mentors. That's why they're mentors, because they're going to teach you something. Let me give you a big fucking hint. All you know-it-alls out there. I used to be one. Don't do it. You've got to try to be the dumbest, poorest guy in the room. Because if you're the richest, smartest guy in the room, you're not going to benefit. You have nothing to learn there. You're not challenging yourself. There's always someone better than you. There's always something you can learn. Perfect example. Billy Robinson, all the time. We would tell people, I am still learning. At 70 odd years old or whatever, I'm still learning. You can't stop. Let's see. I'm going to get to some of these comments, I promise. Mason says he would have beat Matt Hughes. Yes, I believe you're right. GTRZ.mm says, could you say Cosmod is a modern day catch wrestler, pure wrestling last week? The way he set up the darts and kept pushing for the submission looked pretty catch. 100%. I mean, so here's the thing, right? What kind of wrestling did Kamzat use? Huh? Is he a freestyle wrestler? Is he a Sambo guy? By the way, I didn't put in that list. Sambo, like all these master sports, they're on record saying leg locks came from catch. We took them and developed them and it became our own thing, but it came from catch too. The catch is the most impact. Like, if you don't know this, you don't know martial arts. You're incomplete in your education. That's not a knock. Don't be insecure. Learn. Google it. Don't fucking trust me. Go learn on your own. It's a fact. You're going to find out it's the truth because I point you to all the sources. It's in all my work. Right? So I mean, GTRZ.mm, like, he may not even claim it. I mean, even guys like Ken Shamrock never called themselves catch wrestlers, but where did they learn their submissions? From Minoru Suzuki. That's exactly what Frank told me, that he learned his submissions from Minoru Suzuki. Where did Minoru Suzuki learn them from? Carl Gotch. I don't know what to fucking tell you guys. So it's one of those things. A rose by any other name is still smell the same. Whether you call it a turd or not, if it's actually a rose, it's going to smell like a rose, no matter what word you use on it. So in that regard, yeah, I mean, the thing is I posted this video the other day, and maybe it's yesterday or maybe it's today. Zane Rutherford. Did you see that footage that they put up? I think it was on Flow Wrestling, of him freaking putting that crazy looking leg lace and then twisting him into a knot to get the pin. Dude, catch. That's why I made this point earlier. All this is derivative of catch, even Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm just saying, had catch wrestling never existed, none of that other shit would be the same. It wouldn't. A lot of it wouldn't even exist. Period. Fact. Fact check me on that, motherfuckers. YouTube. I mean, Facebook and Instagram, man. Come on. You got to do better than those fact checkers, man. Those fact checkers they seem more like propaganda sometimes. Kalen, Arnold Schwarzenegger is another. Never have. In terms of mentor, yeah, dude, if you're a bodybuilder, that's cool. Let's see. What is Matija Biondic? You are number one motivational speaker. I don't know, man. I appreciate that, I guess. I don't know. I'm just fired up, dude, because I'm talking about something I'm passionate about. But that's what you got to do. You got to figure out what you're fucking passionate about and don't let that fire go out, right? You got to get in it. and I keep fucking up this shit. Nabiga says facts. Thanks, Nabiga. I hope I'm not fucking your name up. If I'm saying it wrong, please. I don't know how we can do this over text. I can try to put the emphasis elsewhere. That's all I can do. I used to have a talk radio show for like 3 years. I had an AM talk radio show. So that's why I think I'm comfortable bullshitting here. And it's great because I can cuss now. I used to not be able to cuss because of the FCC. But here I can say whatever I want, which is great. I tried to say whatever I wanted without cuss words there. I got in a lot of trouble, got a lot of death threats, a lot of fucking, man, I had a lot of white supremacists try to fucking fuck with my shit up, fuck my car up, tamper with like fucking systems, like death threats that my wife received when I was out of town. It was like awful, dude. That's why I don't talk about politics anymore. By and large, politics is trash. It is. I'm going to show you something. Here's a perfect fucking example. Okay. This is like one of the grossest human beings that I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand you people who say she's hot. This is not a good looking person. I mean, yeah, it's a woman, but there's a lot of women, dude, that are not freaking like that. And don't get me wrong, I ain't no Trump humper. I'm not a Trump humper either. All of it's trash. It's all needs to go in the garbage, and we need to figure out how to govern ourselves instead of like judging, like letting some idiot who won a popularity contest fucking rule you. Stupid. This is stupid. People don't even think anymore. It's trash. So, I just talk about the things that I love, which is way better. I'm happier. I was also miserable during those years. I think I was having some problems with the mini strokes from the carotid collapse too. I was just having a really it was not a good time for me. A very dark time for me personally. Great in some respects. It's when my children were born, and there are a lot of great personal things like that. But there were some rough times with it as well. But anyway, now I talk about the things I love. Business. I think small business. I'm not into the big corporate bullshit. Corporatism. I'm a laissez-faire capitalist. So don't get it twisted. Don't come on here with your weird commie rhetoric where you can't even define what a fucking woman is. I'm telling you what the words mean. I go on to etymological dictionaries to see the history of the words. I try to be precise. I try to be straightforward. I'm not talking about state capitalism, which is what we have now, which is fascism. I'm not into that. That's also known as corporatism. This is straight out of Benito Mussolini's mouth. Okay. If you ever read El Corporativo, that's the name of his book for fascism, which is actually corporatism. I mean, dude, this is what I'm talking about, man. You just got to pick up a book. You got to read it yourself. Stop listening to these idiots. And I'm saying this to the Trump humpers too, man. Like, at least he was an outsider. He did expose how it's completely fake, like how pro wrestling is. This is something I wrote in a book I wrote in 2009. I was the first to really use the metaphor that politics is pro wrestling, that it's all just a work. Because it really is, dude. I ran for U.S. Congress. I tried, dude. It's fixed. So let's see here. Nabiya says teaching is a politic into itself. It's your reach. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know. I sometimes don't understand, but that's my fault, not yours. You're doing just great. So anyway, Gerald G says, if you need a competitor for a lightweight shoot pro wrestling match, I'm your guy. Dude, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. And you could be amazing, and send me your footage because I will add it. But dude, I got a list longer than my arm of people that want to get on the show. But I need you guys to understand something about how business works, dude. I need sponsors. I need somebody who is as passionate as me, trust me, given my fucking resume and what I've done in this sport, and so I can continue to grow. Right? That's what I need. I need sponsors who understand our first shoot pro, and this had no champions. The second and third one had world champions on it, but I had to experiment and test, and failure is part of entrepreneurship. And that was a mistake that I learned from. Mistakes aren't bad if you learn from them. I tried to pay-per-view it with an amateur and it didn't work out. And, but my first show that I did for free, which means I will have to get a sponsor to pay. Do you understand? If you're not going to pay, and you didn't when I did it 2 times with world champion draw guys, you guys did not pay. And that could be my fault because you didn't even know about it. I don't really care what the excuse is. But I had like a little more than 100 people actually pay. And it was $10, dude. Like fucking Starbucks. Your budget on Starbucks is worse. Okay. And this was like legit badass shit. And you can go see it for free on YouTube. All of them, the 3 that I've done so far. But that first one I did, we had way more than 100 people. I just put it up on Facebook live feed, and I'm going to do it just like this, the same way that you're seeing me now. And I'm going to promote it. We had over 21,000 views. Big jump. You understand? So you got to pay attention. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm blaming myself. I should have listened. I should have done what I did. Do it for free again and go get sponsors. Well, that's where I'm back. So I need your help. I need you to help me get sponsors that want evergreen marketing. Do you I mean, the thing is not very many people are business owners, and even fewer people are successful business owners with enough money to understand the importance of marketing. That marketing is the most important thing you can do to get your brand out there and be well known. Okay. This is something Grant talks about all the time. Money follows attention. Okay. So imagine if you had the foresight to put your brand and sponsor UFC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, shit's evergreen. Anytime they play a flashback from now until they don't show them anymore, which can go on hundreds of years. I mean, think of like the NFL. Anybody who put like Budweiser or Coors or whatever on an ad and did a sponsorship, that ad's still playing, not only for the new games, but all that old footage is still pushing your brand out there. It's called evergreen marketing. That's who I'm looking for. Sponsorship partners who not only love Catch as Catch Can, have faith in my proven 20 years vision that I've been executing on, and to put on a banger. And again, you could see the improvement. If you go to YouTube, you can go see Shoot Pro 1, 2, and 3. All that level of improvement, that exponential improvement, all happened within 9 months. I'm a good learner. I don't know how to tell you this. I just you can go and see it demonstrably. So anyway, I'm real happy that you're interested in competing. That's awesome. And the challenge is I have hundreds of guys with really great resumes wanting the same thing. And really because they have faith, because they're actually wrestlers. They love the product. They get it. But if you don't have a sponsor, it's not sustainable. So that's where I need your guys' help. If you want to see more Shoot Pro Wrestling, connect me with real sponsors that are interested. Show them that the YouTube's there. You can just hit share, get the link. Hey man, check this out. You should sponsor him. Here's the guy. I'm there, dude. I'm like not hard to get a hold of. Okay. That if you really want to see it, that's what I need. I need your help with that. Okay. So yeah, anyway, mentors. So we've had a couple people mention like Arnold Schwarzenegger is a mentor, probably not personal, I would imagine, because he's a pretty big celebrity. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Eric Paulson was mentored, Dan Inosanto. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting some of the other ones, but I'd love to hear who you consider a mentor. Again, it doesn't have to be like how it was for me. I was very fortunate. I also took a lot of risk and paid a heavy price to do this, but it worked out, right? That's what entrepreneurship is, right? You're a risk taker. You take a calculated risk. You bet on yourself. Have you ever bet on yourself? Don't you think you would improve the odds of you betting on yourself if you found a mentor who knew the ropes and is willing to teach you in exchange for whatever that might be? That's the point I'm trying to get to. Like an apprenticeship, like an internship. Does that make sense? All right, guys. Listen, I can go on and on about this. I appreciate everybody who chimed in, man. You guys are the best. Listen to me go on and on. So if I can be of any assistance to you guys, let me know. I am going to be entering into my very busy season here. Very busy. So I'm going to the Science of Violence tour is what we're calling it. It'll have me, Sam Crescent, third degree, Chris Howder, black belt, but also apprenticed with me and Billy. He's a stud, great coach, great grappler, great wrestler. Sam, you guys should know of Sam by now. And then Luis Ojeda, who is, I think it's between him and Johnny Buck. I need to go look this stat up. But anyway, Luis was the first King of Catch wrestling champion, and the most he has, I think, the record for being for winning the most King of Catch wrestling tournaments. And I think a lot of those are on YouTube as well. He's also a very successful high school coach. Got a couple champs under his belt. He's going to be also at the Pinion Hills camp. And then we will be in Arizona, as Cocktails and Crossfaces said. I think that was Terrell. And then and that will be with Gil Olivas and Sam and myself. Then in Charlotte, it's the first time we're ever going Fit to Fight out in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm excited. It's a new market for us to be breaking into. And it's going to be a banger, dude. Like, it's going to be me and Sam and Dave Patrone, right? Who is right now assistant coach, very close to becoming full coach with Scientific Wrestling. Dave Patrone, the Catch Cradle King guys. I don't know if you, so Dave's been coming to camp, working his ass off, has really done some really great things on, like I said, John Fab was the first guy I really pushed on cradles. And then Neil started picking up cradles when I booked and really started innovating. He's another one, Neil Melanson. It's very, very innovative and clever. But I booked him and Wade Chalice on a seminar, and you could just see Neil's like the machinery going crazy when he started seeing these cradles, and really did some great stuff. But Patron has really taken the ball further than anybody I know in terms of using the guard as what I've long called it. I'm sorry, using cradles as what I've called the wrestler's guard, meaning a control position from which to set up multiple submissions, right? So that's going to be, you can go to coachingcatch.com. Let me throw that up on the screen burn here. Coachingcatch.com. Easy enough, just like it sounds, one word, coachingcatch.com. That has the schedule, everything you get with it. And listen, if you sign up after you come, it's designed as a multi thing, right? So you can earn your coaching certification after you go to 10 camps, roughly. I mean, you can't be a total idiot, not engaged, not paying attention. You got to actually execute. But roughly after 10 camps, you earn your assistant coach. After another 10, you earn your full coach. Okay. We also call it the accelerator camp because it doesn't take 10 years if you know what you're doing. Catch wrestling is closer in philosophy, in approach, in training, in coaching to boxing. It's Western. It's not this hierarchical belt shit. The only belt we care about is gold. All we care about is winning. This is why for years, dude, I was knocking on jiu-jitsu doors and nobody wanted to hear it. And maybe that has to do with that heat between Luta Libre, which is Brazilian catch, and BJJ. I don't fucking know. I don't really care. I'm just a guy. I'm a wrestling guy. I'm a catch wrestling salesman. I'm like, guys, you need to check this out. This is amazing. I believe in it. It's changed my life. It's changed a lot of lives. I'm straight from the source. Didn't want to fucking hear it. You know who did? People who don't give a fuck about belts and hierarchy and shit. People who care about winning. MMA gyms, dude. Genesis MMA. V10 MMA. I mean, dude, the Arena MMA. Like, all the MMA gyms are like on it because they're like, I don't care. I just want to fucking win. And I don't want to wait 10 years until whatever I pay $165 a month for 10 years to say I can learn a fucking leg lock or whatever I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about, to be honest. I'm not a jiu-jitsu guy, but it's a different approach. There's no structure, no hierarchy in that way. You're a fan, an athlete, a coach, or a promoter. That's kind of how it works, right? Simple, straightforward. Just like MMA, a fan, an athlete, a coach, or a promoter. Anyway, apologize for the cough, but guys, we'll be in. I'm going to be very busy traveling. And then in addition, I've got all my stuff with my business coaching. So yeah, Jay Noblere. I'm totally fucking that up. It says, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's blow this shit up. Am I messing up your name? I must be. Noblere? I don't know how to say it. Jay Noblere? Or is that even your name? Who knows anymore? My 10-year-old's obsessed with the girl from Doctor Strange. So one of his usernames is Sochi Gomez Lover 23. It's weird. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, real estate. I see. Oh, Jay Noble. Okay, cool. Yeah, dude, I'm a real estate investor. I'm just launching my my first real estate business. Very excited about that. Yeah. Where are you a realtor at? What state? Curious. I don't know. You don't have to tell me. Anyways, guys, you can either find me at scientificwrestling.com. You can DM me on here. You can find me on No1 Coaching, spelled like, oops, I'm not wearing my hat today, like No1 Coaching. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked. Oh, Massachusetts. Rad, dude. Rad. Yeah, I'm super amped, dude. I'm super amped. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I got a master's of science in financial math. I'm a nerd for business and finance. And, this is, again, a testament to the shit show that fucking education is, even at the higher levels. Dude, it took me all this time. I'm 49 to really figure out the power of real estate. And that's really where I'm at now. Like, I'm fucking in. So I'm excited, dude. I'm so amped. I can't even. I'm like, you talk about, I keep going back to this being a learner thing and that's my superpower. I tell you, man, that is really where I have been like the last 2 years. I have just been really trying to figure out the best approach, especially with a guy like me. I don't need to get I'm not going to get licensed. I don't want to deal with that stuff. Excited, dude. Anyway, guys, hit me up if I can help you. Check out Scientific Wrestling. That's where you get all the information, like remote instruction, instructionals from brilliant guys. Josh Barnett, Wade Chalice, Billy Robinson, Carl Gotch, Dick Cardinal, all that, Fujiwara, like fucking high level shit, remotely. And, but Scientific Wrestler is if you want to partner with me, start a wrestling gym, start a business, helping me with my mission, and I will make it, it's designed to be an investment for you to make a shit ton of money, to do what I've done. I'm going to show you, and you're my partner. Jay Noble says, wrestling coach and brown belt. No, dude, why are you not in fucking Scientific Wrestling, dude? If you're a wrestling coach, I'm going to show you all the shit that's been around. Why reinvent the wheel? I'm going to show you how to set up submissions as a wrestler, dude, so you don't have to worry about all that. Now, granted, it changes a little bit, right? Like, we know that that there's a mismatch a little bit with the way catch evolved through the amateurs because they took out submissions. So all of a sudden, level changes start being a real thing. That could be problems, especially MMA and submission. Anyway, dude, no, I can't come to Mass, dude. You got to come to me, unless like you find me a gym that wants to pay to bring me out. It's cheaper for you to come to camp and get a hotel and a flight. Trust me. Okay, they pussified it, dude. I'm telling you, man. Like, did you see that Zane Rutherford, dude? That guy's got the right approach, man. Fucking mean. Legal pain, right? Dude, go to Coaching Catch. Look at it, dude. Come to North Carolina. It's not that far. Trust me, you'll be glad. I'm just telling you, I've been doing it for 15 years, and especially the guys wrestling, they're like, why did I do all this jiu-jitsu stuff? I mean, not knocking it. I'm just saying, like, if you're a wrestler, you're going to love this approach. You're going to love this approach. Just telling you. Lil Zilla, the grappler. What's up? High school wrestler, juvenile, blue belt here, fell in love with catch because of Sakuraba. That's what happened to me, dude. I was kind of already in it a bit. And then when Sakuraba came, that was like, done. I'm out. This is what I'm doing. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this. Yeah, Sakuraba changed everything, dude, for me. Changed my life. That's how I hooked up with Billy Robinson, because of what he was doing. I was like, dude, I need to see what he's doing. I need to go to the source. What the fuck is that? Right? I found out. Fuck around, find out, man. Anyways, guys, you can hit me. Dude, I'm not going to email you the details. You have a phone, man. Coach and catch. I would love to see you there, dude, but just I got 3 kids. I'm sorry, I'm super busy. Just coach and catch. Just type in your phone, man. Super easy. And just check it out. I'd love to see you there, dude. I promise you, you will dig the shit out of it. And you'll see a bunch of cool stuff. This is what happened to me. This is what happens to everybody. They're like, oh my God, I had no idea. And it's one of those things too, where, you could try to learn from books and you could try to learn from videos, but it's just not the same. Like, I'm just being real, dude. Like have a real coach there adjusting you like 3 degrees can change everything. Having you lift your leg just an inch higher, like it's very hard to learn stuff like that. I think it's good. The reason why I've done so many, I think I'm the daily deal. Am I still the daily deal over at BJJ Fanatics? Catch Wrestling Takedowns is. I actually fought doing my own instructional forever. And then when they hit me up, I was like, this would be stupid from a business perspective for me not to do this because they have huge reach. They have like millions and millions of people on their list. This would allow me in my mission. What's my mission? To improve the lives of every man, woman, and child on earth, 8 billion people, to improve their lives through Catch as Catch Can, the sport of catch wrestling, scientific wrestling, as either a fan, athlete, coach, or promoter. I was like, dude, they're going to help me with my reach. And it did work, dude. It totally worked. They gave me great exposure. So I'm very grateful to BJJ Fanatics. But I did it because that material is actually the review material, the very basic. I mean, that's like literally the touch. That's the review material when you come to camp. Okay. And again, it's not by in any means the entirety of it. It's like anybody who's come to camp will tell you this, dude. It's like a deep well. But the thing where I do think instructionals are great is for when you actually done and worked with that coach, and then you actually have it as a reminder. It's better. It's even better than notes. Okay. But that's what I think the real value of instructionals are, as the same value as like taking notes at camp. It's fantastic to help you with your review, but you do need the touch. It's like mentorship. You can read a book and you can learn a lot from a book, but you can't get that back and forth, that question, that correction that is important to speeding your improvement, accelerating. That's why I call it the accelerator. I hope to see you, Jay Noble, and I promise I won't call you Noblere or whatever. We can also talk real estate. I'll tell you what I'm cooking up. I should have it revealed pretty soon. I'll talk about it on here eventually. Super amped about it. Massage Matter. Sakuraba is my hero. Mine too, dude. That guy's sick. In the UFC Hall of Fame, was on one UFC. What other athlete's done that? And you know what's fucked up? Frank Shamrock's not in the Hall of Fame for the UFC. That's fucked. That's not right. Anthony Maines, why do you think BJJ is more popular these days than Catch as Catch Can? It's way easier. Here, let's make a list. Retail martial arts is way easier than prize fighting martial arts because that's how they make their money, is through not teaching pro athletes. They make their money through teaching the guy who signs up so he can talk about it at Buffalo Wild Wings with his pals. Not saying he's not good. I'm just saying he's not a pro athlete, dude. He has a day job. You start on your knees. You wear a gi. Like a lot of the dangerous holds are taken out. It's easier. Okay. And it follows a retail martial arts model. Now, I don't think that means it's necessarily mutually exclusive. And that's what I do with the scientific wrestler approach. Now, mind you, we do find a lot of our clientele in MMA gyms. And these are fight gyms, right? So they don't operate off of a client retention model with like white belt, blue belt, stripe. Yeah, I mean, okay, different approach. Much more like a boxing gym, right? And so that's probably why. Like, it's the same question. Why is Taekwondo more popular than boxing? Because boxing's fucking harder, dude. Like, you end up with concussions and jacked for the rest of your life. I mean, I have one carotid artery, dude. from learning the hard way. Okay. So, yeah, so does that analogy make sense? So it depends on the way you look at it. BJJ is more popular in terms of participation, but I think it's because it's easier. Like Taekwondo is more popular in terms of participation than boxing. Now, who makes more money? Pro boxers or pro Taekwondo people? I mean, right? You just have to kind of think a little bit about this stuff. Like, I think broaden the way you think about things and add a little business sense into it. Who makes more money? Pro MMA athletes or pro jiu-jitsu guys? Who makes more money? Pro wrestlers, which is derivative of catch as catch can. I mean, look at The Rock, dude. That guy's making more money than anybody, probably. Okay? And he's not even really wrestling. He's just going through a simulation of catch wrestling. Like, I'm telling you, dude, it's the biggest, most impactful, influential martial arts sport on the planet. Go rewind this. You can go on YouTube. I posted up. Go to No1.ninja if you want to go to the archives. I have all the old shows. You can get there to the YouTube and like the Spotify, all that kind of stuff. If you care to hear my argument, you can go on my Facebook. I posted up there onto the Scientific Wrestling page and my personal page. Jay Noble, not Noblere. Jay Noble Real Estate says, what's with the start on your knees shit? Retail martial arts, bro. Just consider, like, what's with the Taekwondo shit? Like point sparring. I don't know, man. That's going to fucking make people upset. I don't mean to upset anybody. I'm just kind of trying to be real. Jay Noble says 100%. Lil Zilla, the grappler, who's more significant for catch? Fujiwara, Saku? I don't know, dude. I mean, for me personally, that's a hard one because I know Fujiwara personally, and he showed me shit personally. Like, I attended 2 different training camps. I brought him out for one, and he invited me to another one. Like, I love Fujiwara. So I've never met Sakuraba. Of course, I met his coach, Billy Robinson, who's my coach as well now, or was for 7 years. But, I mean, in terms of impact, I don't know, man. That's hard because, I hate those kind of comparisons because Fujiwara, was UWF, Pro Wrestling Fujiwara Gumi, and then trained Suzuki and Funaki, who left to create Pancrase, which was there before UFC. I mean, I don't know, man. That's hard. Sakuraba just freaking demolished the Gracie family. Proof of the power of catch as catch can. At a time when that was like being a flat earther. Like, saying that the Gracies would be like not just beaten, but like humiliatingly beaten over, like verifiable, repeatable. Like that was some crazy shit back then in terms of the grappling literacy. But, that's one thing that I've tried to do with scientific wrestling is expand the grappling literacy and the understanding. Anyway, what's up, Justin, dude, the Gracie killer? Yeah, man. I don't know. I can't speak to that, dude. I don't know who is more influential. Jay Noble, what's with BJJ rules? They seem to make it up as they go along. Am I right or am I right? I don't know, dude. To be honest, I'm so not in the BJJ culture other than it's kind of tangential as to what I do. And so I'm not down on it per se because, honestly, most people who come to catch after first doing jiu-jitsu. That's been my experience in the 20 years that I've been coaching and teaching and doing training camps and that kind of thing. Most of the people come to me through jiu-jitsu. So I'm grateful for jiu-jitsu in that regard. But, personally, I tried it. I trained with Carly Gracie, trained with Kurt Osiander, with Ricardo Miguel, with Kazeka Munez. This is all like in the 90s and shit, early 2000s. And it was cool. It was better than nothing. But my personal choice was for catch wrestling because I believe in it. I do believe that it is the greatest martial arts combat sport in the history of the world and the most effective and the most impactful. And I've dedicated 20 years. So, I mean, I'm not down on jiu-jitsu. I'm not. It's cool for what it is. And in terms of a retail martial art, is by far the best martial art, especially for like good for dudes too, but for women, because that guard position is definitely a position women can find themselves in a self-defense situation. And I think that I think it's valuable. But like I don't think it's for somebody who's super like crazy serious, like a wrestler who came up and doing fucking 70 tournaments in a year. That's more than most Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belts do in a lifetime. And you're doing it in 1 year as a fucking kid. And then you do that for like 10 years and then go through college. Dude, you're a fucking animal. And so, I think a lot of times the wrestler or the pro fighter and stuff, they're just like, okay, I need to know it. Because if I don't learn how punching works, I can be vulnerable to punching. You have to learn the whole game, right? And some of the guys are fantastic, right? But again, I think that their business model is really to go after retail. And in that regard, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I think it's a fantastic, like I've had my kids do it. They're not pro athletes yet. They're 10 and 12. And when they started, when they were like 4, I started them with jiu-jitsu because I'm like, okay, this is about their speed. I want to see, I don't want to scare them off. I don't want to have them break. Like I put my youngest son in wrestling, about broke his back when he was belly down, and this kid who was way bigger than him, probably shouldn't have been wrestling with him, tweaked his back hard, right? So, like I think Brazilian jiu-jitsu is fantastic. And I'm so sick of people setting up this constant battle between the two. I've noticed there are some things that drive me crazy, but I love my wife, and there's some things that drive me crazy. Like, my kids, I love my kids, they drive me. So, I think there are like, some of the stuff like the technique poaching and not giving credit, the kind of chauvinism that they have about it. That stuff's a real turnoff. But to be honest with you, there's enough people that are also turned off by that come to catch, and here we are. I'm grateful for that. And like I said, I do have a tremendous amount of respect for jiu-jitsu. It's just not my thing, man. It's like, I have tremendous respect for strawberry ice cream, but I like chocolate, and I do chocolate ice cream. I'm not doing the fucking strawberry, man. It's not what I want. It's not, for whatever reason. Now, somebody who just, look, man, I just want to get a workout in. I don't want to do yoga or weights. And you're not like looking to be a killer and make a life out of this. Dude, jiu-jitsu's like brilliant. And even if you are trying to make a life out of it, you can go there, and they're trying to build that up. But I'm going to be honest with you, dude, it's all no gi. That's where it's at. And it looks a hell of a lot more like catch wrestling than it does any kind of jiu-jitsu on the money level. You know what I'm saying? The big driver of all of this today is MMA. And that's my biggest client base as a catch wrestler, because they're similar. If somebody came to you and said, "Oh, I have a brown belt in MMA," dude, if you have half a brain, if you have any martial, like basic martial arts literacy, basic, elementary, you're going to look at the guy sideways like, I have a green belt in boxing. It's just fucking nonsensical. It's putting the round peg in the square slot. It don't work, dude. Like, and so, that's the deal, right? So, let's see here. Matthew Schultz, U.S. Marine Corps. Ooh, dude, nice. I'll tell you, I got a lot of Marines that love this shit, dude. Gil Olivas in Phoenix, our Phoenix affiliate, Black Flag Submission Company. He's a Marine and our former Marine, and our Denver affiliate, Vicious Vern Earwood, MMA and boxing champ and proprietor and coach at V10 Scientific Wrestling Gym in Denver, is also a former Marine. So awesome. And he says, I can't find catch in Orlando. So, yeah, it's hard, dude. Now, we got a guy who has been coming to camp for a long time, Brian Ruscio. What is his? He has an Instagram. Message me, Matthew. I will send you Brian's info. He's got a gym in Orlando, and he's actually, knock on wood, I hope I'm not ruining it or anything here, but he's really excited and interested in becoming an affiliate gym. So there's that. So soon in Orlando, my friend. Lil Zilla, the grappler, says BJJ favors Brazilians who can't leg lock or wrestle. Listen, man, we don't have to dogpile. I mean, jiu-jitsu is cool, okay? I'm on record, dude. Like, this is recorded. So any of you guys come at me with that bullshit, Just rewind the tape, all right? Who dare? 26. You watching Abu Dhabi's? I catch it, dude. I'm gonna be honest, like it's really frustrating for me a lot of times. I do watch, but sometimes it's frustrating and for my mental health because I'm like, dude, why are you guys always doing this dumb shit? These strategies that I don't particularly. I'm not saying it's dumb. It's just how I talk. I'm saying like it's frustrating. Because I'm like, oh, you could do this. Oh, you could cradle. Oh, you can, and they're just nobody does it. And I'm just like, ah. But we did have AJ Baltazar, young man, who just came to our first camp, dude, rocking his Scientific Wrestling shirt. You can go to the Instagram page and look through there. Young guy with his Abu Dhabi medal. So we're coming for you guys. Massage Matter. Are the camps for beginners? So they're for all levels. It's all levels, dude. It's all levels. We have guys who've never grappled before, and we have pro fighters, and we have pro wrestlers, like tons of WWE main event roster guys. But also like a ton of freestyle champs, Greco-Roman champs. Like it's all levels. Trust me, you're gonna be okay. We're gonna take care of you. We keep the camp small, so there's a lot of hands-on, and we're not gonna, it's a lot of drilling and technical stuff. So we do live drilling. It's a lot of work. It's definitely a grind, but you don't have to worry. We're not feeding you to the sharks. This is why I've been doing this for 15 years. Not a single injury, not a problem, except me. I'm the one who always gets fucked up somehow. But anyway, Anthony Maines, was Billy Robinson really as tough as they say he was? Yes. Jay Noble, he's right, bro, about the leg over the right. Okay. Listen, what do you want from me, man? I'm not going to dogpile him. I clearly am more committed to catch wrestling than anybody. Literally, like, dude, I've done more for this sport in terms of sacrificing my body, in terms of money spent, in terms of traveling, having my ego shattered, having people shit talk. Dude, 20 years, I'm still here. The other ones aren't. Okay. So I'm with you. I've said it this whole show. Catch as catch can is the number one best thing to do. Folk styles derivative, Olympics derivative, Krav Maga's derivative, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's derivative, pro wrestling's derivative, MMA's derivative. Catch as catch can is the fucking number one thing on the planet. I get it. And yeah, BJJ can't wrestle because they're not wrestlers. And they're not, the guys like Danaher and stuff are doing their damnedest to try to get people up to speed. Okay. And when then they do that in the context of their promotions, they do great. It's like the UFC, man. When the UFC was run by the Gracies, they did real well. So hope that helps, guys. Massage Mater. Thumbs up. Thanks, dude. All right, man. You guys have kept me on here for an hour and fucking 20 minutes. Dude, I'm getting some like Rogan length podcast. It's what happens when you're passionate, man. So I appreciate all you guys who hung out this whole time. I really appreciate you guys asking questions. Because again, my mission, man, every person on earth, 8 billion people. That's huge, dude. That's huge. I've learned a lot, dude, in the 20 years. I cannot do it by myself. I need quality people, and I need people that I can trust, and I need people that get the mission and that aren't there for their fucking ego. That's really where I see most people get peeled off and spin out and burn. Because when they stop doing it for the sport and they do it for them fucking selves, they go into business thinking that they're going to put themselves over and all this shit. And dude, you've got to be on mission. And I have a number of guys like that, and I need more. And we can sniff out all those other motherfuckers. We've gotten really good. And listen, they smoke themselves out. It's just what happens. But I need people who are on mission with me, that believe this like I believe it, and willing to throw down, commit, burn the bridges, and go forward and do it. That's what I need. And I've made these opportunities, and like I'm totally get it. That's why I created the Scientific Wrestler program. I designed it. I built it. Go over there. Look at it's badass, dude. Because I'm getting you to help me with my mission. Because hopefully you believe in the mission like I do. But I'm also smart enough to realize that if you don't make a lot of money with it, it's not sustainable. I understand that because I'm not a communist. I understand that you actually it has to be sustainable. And to do that, you've got to generate revenue, and you got to know how to do that. You got to know sales. You got to know marketing, right? So I'd love to 10X this shit with you guys. So hit me up. You can go to Scientific Wrestler, fill out the form, send me a message, give me your phone number. I'll call you, dude. You do that though, I'm gonna think you're fucking serious. I'm not like one of these cheese dick fucking dudes that's just like, oh, give me your money, dude. If you put your number in there, I'm gonna call you until one of us is dead because you made the fucking commitment. Like if you talk about the Marines, I'm like a fucking recruiter, bro. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna get you in there because I got a mission and I want you to help me if you believe in that mission. Okay. All right. Enough of this shit, man. I got to go, dude. It's like 6:30. I got kids to feed. I love you guys. I'll be here next week. I try to show up every weekday. Some days I can't just because I'm so slammed. But this podcast is a big part of that mission, right? My first mission is to my family. Number 2 mission is to get every man, woman, and child on earth to improve their lives through the sport of scientific wrestling, the sport of professional wrestling. Sport, not fucking exhibition shit. Competition, professional wrestling. Catch as catch can. Is either a fan, athlete, coach, or promoter, or all 4. That's my second mission after my family. My third mission, and it's very close to the catch wrestling mission. That's why I do number 1. That mission is to educate and elevate anybody and everybody who's willing to bet on themselves and live up to the ethical code that being a real business person requires, and to be successful. So you have not just wealth, but you have generational wealth. That's a hard one. Okay. And I got some people. I actually on the verge of making my next big corporate deal. Super stoked on that. So I've got my business development coaching, pitching a big company next week, I think Tuesday, and then launching the real estate investing company. Boom, blowing shit up. So if you can help me, if you're on the same mission as me, let's go. If you're not, it's cool. I still like you. It's like the jiu-jitsu thing. It's like, cool, man. Have your strawberry ice cream. Enjoy the fuck out of that shit. Put some sprinkles on it. Here, I'll buy you some of that shit. But I'm only gonna be fucking on the chocolate ice cream, dude. Because that shit's better. I don't know. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my fucking opinion. And so are you. And if you're in agreement on the chocolate ice cream and the catch wrestling and the elevating people and generational wealth, let's go. Let's fucking go. Dexter Garner giving me an LOL. I don't know, man. You gotta laugh at shit, dude. You gotta get fired up because you gotta commit. You gotta take risks. That's like what I've done, dude. I said that, like, when I do these assessments, and even Billy, like, the big compliment he ever gave me, I said I was a great learner. And the Strength and Cliff says I'm a learner. Like, all the fucking, like, the disc assessments, all that shit, dude, all come up that way. But I'll say the other thing is I'm real good at calculated risk. And I'm not saying that's because I went to school to be a master science and financial math. I think that I was able to do that because I have a natural gift for calculated risk. That's what makes you a good entrepreneur. Little Zilla the Grappler says, can't wait to chase catch after high school. I want to bring it to the Midwest. Let's go, dude. Let's go. I'm sitting here, dude. I'm 50. Billy was in his 70s. Carl's in his 70s, dude. Like, we're here. Do it, though. Shit's time's ticking, man. I appreciate you guys. Okay, I'm seriously out of here. I got to go feed my kids, man. My poor daughter, man, I've been up since it's 6:30 now. I've been up since before 6 because my poor daughter had oral surgery, and we just wanted to get it done, because you got to fast and shit. And I was like, well, if we do it the first appointment, she doesn't have to fast because she's already slept 8 hours. So anyway, so I got to get back to my kids. I appreciate you guys. Hit me up if I can help you. And you guys have a killer killer weekend. Stay charged up, man. Find your mentors, take your risks, make your life happen the way you want it. Okay. Time's short. Got to do it. Peace out.